Hi everyone and welcome to today's yoga class for spring. In today's class we focus on the spine and the chest area. So we will do some gentle heart opening poses that will really open up this chest cavity, which will help us to get rid of any mucus that may have developed during the winter and that we often feel during the spring. So let's get started in a seated position. Come to a comfortable seat on your mat and we start with 3 cleansing breaths. So find your position first. Straighten your spine, gently roll your shoulders back and away from the ears. Make your neck long but relaxed. Close your eyes. And then take a deep inhale into your nose. Open your mouth and exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. In and out. Then gently open your eyes and we stay in easy pose and we will start with a grinding of the spine. So keep sitting and try to keep your shoulders and your head still. Of course, this will not work completely, and start to only move your belly to the front and to the back. So make these circles with your belly that you really grind like a little coffee grinder. You grind your spine. Great. This is a great exercise to wake up the spine, the belly, and all the organs that we have in our belly. Then reverse your circles and grind in the other direction. Few more. Then come back to center. Bring your hands behind you. Open up your chest and reach your chest up high and maybe lean your head back, but only as far as it feels good for this baby camel pose. We will do a full camel later in class, and this is just our first dive into these heart opening poses. Take a deep breath into your lungs. Great. Then come back to center. Bring your hands down on the mat. And we do a couple of cat and cow stretches to warm up. So find your table pose first. Knees are under the hips. Your hands press into the mat. And with your inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale and round the spine. Bring the belly button to your spine and let your head hang heavy. 4 more in your own pace. Inhale to look up. Exhale to round. Last one. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, round and let the head hang heavy. Great. Then come back to a neutral spine and walk your hands forward as far as you can to open up your chest even more. And if it feels good, you can bring your head down on the mat or on a block for this puppy pose. But remember, it's okay if your head is not touching the mat. Find a place that feels good for you today. Then slowly walk the hands back in. And we come to our first downward dog of the day. So tuck your toes, lift the hips up high and push them back to downward facing dog. Take a moment here to warm up your hamstrings, bend one knee and then the other. Swing your hips from left to right to notice how your body feels today. Then try to find some stillness here for a moment. And focus on your chest area again. So let your chest melt down towards the mat. That you have also a heart opening in this pose. Great. Then look between your hands and step your left foot to the inside of the left hand. Reach your chest forward and come to this low lunge. Great. Maybe swing backwards and forwards. And stay on your fingertips here because again, today we want to focus on opening up the chest. So don't round here. Really open up and let your heart shine forward. Awesome. Then ground your right hand down. Pivot onto the pinky side of your right foot. And then bring your left leg on top and open up to a side plank. Lift your hips up high. Awesome. I know this is difficult. I know you can do it. Great. Come back to a normal plank pose and press back to downward facing dog. Let's do the same on the other side. So look between your hands and step the right foot forward. And find your low lunge here first. Swing back and forth to open up your hips. And remember to let your heart shine forward. Great. Then ground the left hand down. Come on to the pinky side of your left foot and bring the right foot right on top. Find stability first. And then lift the hips up and reach your right arm up high. Bring the hand back down. Press back to downward facing dog. Great. Take a few breaths here. Then look between your hands again and step the left foot forward in between your hands. Your right foot stays straight and we come up to a high lunge. So bring your torso up and reach your arms up high. Let your hips sink down deep. Great. Your right leg stays extended behind you and press your right hip forward. So imagine you have to hold a block between your thighs. So your thighs are pressing inwards as if you would hold something between your legs. Great. Then take one more inhale, reach the arms up high and exhale, open up to a high lunge twist. So right arm reaches forward, left hand reaches to the back. Stay strong in your lower body. Great. We only stay here for a moment because we will bring the back hand to your hip and then reach the right arm up and back so that you feel a really nice opening on the right side of your torso. Great. Maybe look up to the ceiling. Just a few more breaths. I know you can do this. Great. Come back to your high lunge. Both arms reach up. And exhale, shift your weight forward. Bring the hands up, down on the mat. And lift your right leg up behind you for a standing split. You can bring a block or a bolster down on your mat to help with the standing split. And only reach your right foot up as high as you can. Stay here for a moment. Then bend the right leg behind you and bring it down on the mat behind your left heel and sit down. So your right foot should be on the outside of your left hip, your right knee pointing forward, and your left knee is pointing up. You can grab it and hug it with your right arm. Bring the left arm behind you. Inhale and reach the chest up. Exhale and twist. Relax both of your shoulders away from your ears. And keep your head over your torso. Then come back to center. Extend the left leg in front of you. Bring the right foot to the inside of your thigh. Point the left toes up. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale and fold forward, but keep your chest open today. So we really want to shine the heart forward. Your back is straight, so don't let your head hang heavy. You don't have to touch your foot. Just bring your hands down on the mat where it feels good. And think about really moving the chest and the belly forward. Great. Then walk your hands back in. Bring your right hand behind you. Point your left toes. And with your inhale, lift your hips up high and reach your left arm to the back for Stargazer pose. Again, reach your hip and your chest up high for this heart opening today. And lower your hips back down. And we do the same on the other side. So find your way back to a downward facing dog first. Take a moment here to arrive here again. Find your downward facing dog. Pull the belly button in and lift the sitting bones up high. Your heels should reach towards the mat, but they don't have to touch it. Then look between your hands and step the right foot in between your hands. And with your inhale, come up to your high lunge. Bring your hands to your hips for a moment to square your hips to the front. So your right hip has to move back a little bit and your left hip reaches forward. Your thighs are engaged. Bring your belly button closer to your spine. Open your chest and reach your arms up high. Great. See this as an active pose, not just come into this pose and stay where you are. It's really active work all the time to keep these hips parallel and to stay deep in your hips. Great, so reach your arms up high one more time and then exhale, open up to the right side. Your left hand reaches forward, your right hand reaches to the back. Great. Then bring your back hand to the outer side of your left hip and then reach your left arm up and to the back to open up the left side of the torso. Awesome. Stay strong in your lower body. I know it starts to burn. Then come back to your high lunge. And with your exhale, come forward to your standing split. So hands come down to the mat and lift your left leg up. Only as far as it feels good. If you want to bring it up higher, I recommend to bend the standing leg, reach the upper leg up, and then re-extend the leg. Then gently transition to our seated twist. So bring the back leg, the left leg, down behind your ankle and sit down on your mat. Great. Make sure that your right knee is pointing up. Then hug it in with your left arm. Bring the right hand behind you. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale to twist. Pull your belly button in here and twist a little more with each exhale. Then come back to center. Extend the right leg in front of you. Right foot comes to the inside of the right thigh. Reach the right toes up. Reach your arms up. And then with a straight back, lean forward and come to your forward bend. But this time with a straight back. So again, think about reaching the chest and the heart forward. Stay active here. So with each inhale, reach forward a little more. And slowly walk the hands back in. Bring your left arm down behind you. Point the right toes forward. Inhale and lift your chest up high. Reach the right arm to the back. For Stargazer pose. Reach up as high as you can. Great. Then slowly lower back down. And we come to our last pose of today, which is Camel Pose. And there are different variations that you can do. You can either do this baby camel that we did at the beginning of class, or you come standing on your knees. And the first variation is to bring your hands on your lower back, fingers pointing down. And with your inhale, you reach your chest up high, as high as you can, and let your head hang back a little bit. And if you have problems in your neck, just keep the head up high. That's no problem. So it's really about opening the chest here. And if this feels good, you can tuck your toes and maybe bring both of your hands down on your heels and reach your chest up high from here and let your head hang back to a full camel pose. Press your hips forward so that they are more or less over your knees. Then slowly come back up. Sit down on your heels. Extend your legs in front of you and lay down on your back. Bring your feet to the outer edge of the mat and let your feet fall to the sides. Bring your arms next to you and take one more deep and cleansing breath with me. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Shavasana. And slowly start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Rotate your joints, your ankles and your wrists. Extend your arms over your head, full body stretch. Then roll over to one side. And slowly come up to a seated position. Cross your legs in front of you. And bring your hands to a prayer in front of your heart. Gently bow your head down. Thanks for showing up today. Namaste.